This video is sponsored by Secured, the best place to get hype drops for retail. I'll fill you in a second.
All right, so what is subtle flexing? Well, I got these three fits right here. Can you tell me which one of the three fits is incorporating subtle flexing? I'll give you some time. You can pause the video and think about it if you want. Did you lock in your answer? Because you're probably correct. It's that one, right? So you've been known this whole time. Perfect. All right, now, out of these three fits, can you tell me what item is the centerpiece? I'll give you some more time. You know, this one is actually probably even easier. And bang, you're probably correct. Perfect. So that means it's working. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to steal this trick. This is like the fashion, now you see it. All right, so subtle flexing, spotlight styling, low-key flexing, centerpiece styling, it's all the same thing. That is if it's done correctly and tastefully. You get your point across in the outfit, you get to show off everything you want to show off without looking like a goddamn tryhard. Now, let's fill you in on how to do it. The first step to subtle flexing is figuring out what you're even trying to flex. Now, I'm not going to sit here and argue what the best brands are, what the best models are, what goes for the most and stuff. I'm going to talk about something that you care about, something that gets you excited. Don't buy the new Dunks because everybody knows about them and that's what's all the rage. I want you to buy something that gives you the stank face, you know what I mean? Like when you hear a goddamn banger for the first time and you're just like, whoa, what is that? You got to be excited about the item the same way that you were hyped the first time you heard the beat switch in sicko mode. The piece that you can see yourself in and the piece that you can see on yourself. I just bought these Geos right here. Recycled PVC, it's going crazy. They're see-through. These get me excited because first of all, no one's wearing these. And also, I can wear them with weed socks, which definitely nobody's doing. And that gets me excited. It might not get you excited, but the whole point is it gets me excited and I want to go out and flex them. You know, I'll wear these to a goddamn CVS if I want to. Finding that piece that speaks for you is so key. There's no point in going out and flexing something that everybody has because first of all, you're not bringing anything new to the table and nobody fucking cares. Now, buying that piece, it's tough. Money's tough. You know, I just realized it's kind of hard to subtle flex something when you don't have anything to subtle flex.
If I had one!
The sneakers app? Yeah, not your friend. Never was, never will be. I don't get this shit for free, guys. I gotta pay resale when I miss out on something just like everybody else. And honestly, my favorite thing to do to combat that is to just be prepared and resourceful when something that excites you is coming out. And I know it's a logistical nightmare trying to wrangle all the stupid raffles and drop dates and drop times. Like what time zone is that? I don't know. Like why are there 50 of them? When do they come out? How do they come out? Who? What? When? Where? Why? Sometimes how? There's just so many things to think about that it's intimidating and sometimes you just don't do it, which is honestly, I am a victim of that. But now you don't have to be like that thanks to the sponsor of this video, Secured. Secured is the best way to secure any drop you want for retail with release times, raffles, stock monitors, and even bots all in one spot. Just the janitor's ring for keys to success over here. You get all the info you need in one spot so you're never really anxious, and there's also a huge community so you can queue up with your friends on drop day, like where we drop it, boys. Here's the Secured hub where you can see future releases. You can even see the potential profit if you're into that kind of stuff. Once you find something you like, you can see how many raffles there are for the product, and you'll be surprised at how many you're actually just missing out on sometimes. Also for the sneakers app, hey, I didn't know this, but you can actually enter 3 times. All you gotta do is make 3 accounts linked to a PayPal since each PayPal can host 3, and then on launch day, all you gotta do is enter the raffle like normal on your first account, sign out, force close all your apps, and then turn on airplane mode. For 15 seconds, you go off the grid, and then turn it back on, and then sign in and repeat for your 2 other accounts. You didn't hear it from me. Just a little Costco free sample for you. Secured has many other tricks up their sleeve. They also have a lot of manual guides if you're trying to raw dog the release day in the hub right here. But if you're trying to hop on some performance enhancers, then Secured has a checkout bot that all members can get for free for sites that use Shopify and Supreme. It also works for like sports cards like Target and stuff. It's pretty much Google Chrome's autofill checkout on steroids. They also rent out bots on launch day that are too pricey to own entirely, like Cyber. This is kind of like renting a supercar for a day. But if you're not comfortable using a bot, they have a service where you can pay a small fee to someone with a bot to run a slot for you. And that's kind of like calling an Uber. Lastly, to stay up to date, the Discord server has a monitor system that scans all the sites for the latest restocks and surprise drops, as you can see here. And the secure team also does their best to make sure that everyone's up to date with everything with group pings. So go get secured now. It's $30 a month. But if you use my code FRUGAL at checkout, y'all will get 50% off your first month. That's $15. And also, all of you that sign up within the first 48 hours will be automatically entered to a giveaway for a pair of 2.0 Shadow 1s. And honestly, if you're able to get one thing with Secured, you're probably making double your money back on the service anyways. So just go sign up for Secured now. The link is in the description, guys. I'll see you in the server now. First thing I do when I want to subtle flex something is give it some space in my fit. Now, what does that even fucking mean? Think about it like this. In a photo, when there's too much going on, it kind of convolutes the centerpiece and you don't really know what you're supposed to appreciate. So think about your outfit like a piece of art, you know? You gotta have a centerpiece. You gotta have the focal point is what I'm saying. Let's just say you have a cool jacket you want to flex with, right? That's your centerpiece right there. And by creating space, I mean make sure that your adjacent pieces aren't clashing with it visually, proportionally, chromatically. Like this Rasta jacket I have right here is one of my favorite pieces. It means a lot to me. It's super special. And I know it's not subtle, but Give me a second. I'm just using it as an example. In this example right here, the mix is too busy visually. There's too much going on. Because the piece is already loud and eclectic, there's no need for the adjacent pieces to be as loud and crazy. It's just too much noise, you know? You're gonna be trying even harder for a negative effect. So just don't overdo it. All right? Second example, right here. Now, it's not necessarily busy visually with the designs and textures and stuff, but the colors are just off. They just don't work together. And if we're talking about color theory, the tones are just clashing and they're taking away from each other, creating a lot of discourse in the fit. You don't really know what's to appreciate. So this is what I mean by space. With a neutral top and some light accessorizing light, I can make this fit tasteful and it's still kind of entertaining. There's a lot going on, but the main piece has its space to breathe. Now, if we're toning the piece down to a more subtle piece, like maybe my rough bomber right here, it's more muted, it's more toned down, you can still imply the same tricks that I was talking about with the Rasta jacket. Give it some space to breathe so that people know what to pay attention to. Same thing goes with proportions as well. You don't want to overdo it because that might also be the main reason that your fit just doesn't look good when it's all put together. See, the rough bomber is kind of already oversized, so there's no need to go so heavy with that with my other pieces. Just make sure you're not so heavy-handed in this stage as well, because I feel like sometimes when something's oversized, you're like, I might as well just go all oversized, you know? But this pairing kind of works because the hoodie's still oversized, but the crop nature of it complements the bomber without flushing it out. Oh my God, New York is getting so hot. So I have to change. Hold on. Oh, fuck. Oh my God. All right, so now you're probably wondering, how do I pick pieces to make space, but also keep the fit interesting? You know, people are gonna be like, why not just pick neutral fitted pieces and just go all black all the time? Well, you can. I mean, you technically can. It's gonna work every time, but that's not really a fit. There's no flavor there. It's like you're an anthropomorphic clothes hanger. You want to flex and still maintain some sense of personality. It's like a band, right? You can go a cappella the whole time, you know, your voice will pierce through the mix, but that's not really a show. That's a stand-up set. And the only joke here is you. Going back to the band thing, you need complementary instruments, aka your adjacent pieces, to give space for your frontman, aka the thing you're subtle flexing with. This makes the overall experience better for every aspect of the outfit. Visually, one thing you can take into account is color. And, you know, we have color theory. I've talked about this a million times on this channel. I'm not gonna do it again. You can go ahead and take a spin on the color wheel all you want. I'll leave it in the description again. Go figure out your complementary colors and your analogous colors, okay? I'm here to talk about saturation, tones, and textures. Those things are very important. Bang. Again, the rough bomber and that jacket. The reason this fit works is because they have the same kind of the colors have the same kind of level of saturation. Here's the fit I posted on Instagram for Grailed. I feel like this fit kind of works together because all the complementary colors are within the same level of saturation and boldness. And also everything's kind of spaced out so that you can see what I'm trying to subtle flex here. You know, I have a cool varsity jacket and I have these red Valentine's Day dunks, implying similar levels of saturation and maybe even some color theory. This is key. You know, it's like, think of it like Super Smash Brothers, right? Every character, regardless of video game origin, is gonna assimilate to the same art style of the game, because otherwise it would be weird seeing 2D Game Boy Color Mario going toe-to-toe and Final Destination with 3D I'm gonna kill you Bowser. And this in the same way that it would just be kind of weird to have too much of a dynamic range when it comes to saturation and textures with your fit. Of course, you know, you can kind of go wild and it can work, but that's a whole different way of styling your outfit. That's not subtle flexing. That's just, if you're watching this video, you're probably not trying to do this going to a CVS, you know what I mean? Flex something exciting, something that gets you excited, that speaks for you, that's an extension of you. This matters a lot. Give it some space in your outfit. Make it easy for people to look at your fit and know what they're supposed to be looking at. And then visually mix everything down with your colors and your textures and your proportions. All right, so tying everything together, and if you apply all the steps and make them work together, you should be subtle flexing in the mirror that is the world. Thank you to Secured for sponsoring today's video. I hope they can help you guys the same way they help me combating buying stuff for retail. There's a lot of big launches coming up. Summer's coming. The world is opening up. You're gonna want to start flexing again. Go get prepared. Don't be insecure. Go get secured. Oh, my allergies are crazy. Go follow me on Instagram at ChristianVY and tweet at me at JK_Wiling, and go watch the best podcast on the internet. Add podcasts on everything. I host it with my friend Sydney. She's great. And yeah, thank you for watching. Now go out there and subtle flex and send me your pictures of you subtle flexing. I'll be here like a proud mom, just waiting with my goddamn allergies. I've been sniffling this whole video, wiping my nose. I'll be waiting.